to San Antonio living. Oh boy, it is crazy when it comes to politics right now. And really, it's top of mind. So that means you're going to be talking about it with your friends, with your family. But should you talk politics with your work colleagues? Diane Gottsman is our etiquette expert, and she's joining us this morning with some guidelines. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Oh boy, even in my household, we have a like no talking politics rule when my family is over. But it never works.
No.
I mean, inevitably, politics comes up, and you start talking, and then I have to put down like I'm like, enough, no more, no more.
So the protocol is that you don't talk about politics and religion. The reality is, how do you help it?
Right.
I mean, it's there, and it's too good, and we have to say something. So we might as well say it and say it the right way.
Okay, so here's some sort of guidelines for you when it comes to politics in the workplace. This is a great tip. Diane says, do not wear or display political paraphernalia.
So it's just common sense. And you know, it's really for your safety as well. Have you noticed that even in our neighborhoods, there are not signs out like there generally is?
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
Occasionally there's one, but not like it normally is. And especially in the work environment, you're creating a hostile work environment. If you go in with your I'm with her t-shirt and I'm with him t-shirt and buttons and bobbleheads, and you know, you're asking for it.
So keep the workspace clear of all of that stuff.
Keep it debris-free.
All right. Another tip, don't initiate the conversation.
Why? Just
why go there? Yeah.
Why go there? And you know, my family too, and this is not work-related, but just anywhere. Try and think of something else besides politics. You can talk about politics, certainly if you're informed, and you can do it the right way, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But there are other things you can talk about so you're not antagonizing everyone. So just try and stay neutral in a friendly work environment.
But you still want to stay informed and be up to date on current events.
So you do. You know, we just had the debate yesterday. We know what we know, and we hear what we hear, and we see what we see. But you know, oftentimes we are so jaded that we don't keep our ears open to learn something new. We might learn something about our candidate or the other candidate.
Another great tip, and a lot of, I think it's because I'm in the position that I'm in, I always think before I open my mouth. But a lot of people don't. So you really have to be careful. You can't name call. You can't tease. You know, you have to let people do their own thing.
Just let them do their own thing. And you know, don't put it on social media. And I can't say this enough. Or you, if you want to talk about it, fine, but keep it friendly. Don't be combative. Don't taunt people. Don't dare people. Because really, we don't know what the other person is thinking.
Funny story. So my husband had posted something on Facebook because he doesn't work on television like me, and so he's allowed to do stuff like that. But my mom called me and alerted it. She was like, oh, you need to see what Travis put on Facebook. You need to talk to him. And so I did. I had to have a powwow with him. I'm like, you cannot say these kinds of things.
Yes.
You cannot use words like this because, I mean,
it's
we
like
think about it a lot.
A child. But we need to talk to our employee. Well, we have to be careful what we say to our employees because we can't dictate what they say. So I know this is another bullet. But you know, we really do need to tell people how we think, set our boundaries, and say, listen, you know, if you invite me over to dinner and Travis starts talking, or Larry, who is worse than Travis,
I'm gonna kick him under the table.
I want to say in advance, listen, I want to come over, but I want to digest my food. I don't want to argue during the chicken, during the meal.
After the chicken, however, we're good to go. Okay, so here's another thing. Don't ask another person how they intend to vote. That used to be such a sacred, like, deep down secret between people, but now everyone's like, well, what are you voting for? Who are you voting for?
It still should be sacred. It's no one's business but your own. And guess what? They may not even be telling you the truth.
This is so true. This is true.
We don't know.
What if you are at work and you feel like you're being harassed because someone happens to know your thoughts or beliefs? What do you do?
Well, okay, harassed is the key word here. So if you really feel like you are being harassed or taunted or tormented, you've got to go to your supervisor.
Okay.
Now, I might first go to you, Shelley, and say, you know, you talk about this constantly, and it's just a lot. You know, this is if we're close and I'm comfortable with you. But if it continues and you really feel uncomfortable, go to your supervisor.
Okay. When do you get HR involved, I suppose?
Well, you know, go through the steps. I wouldn't just jump on over to HR during lunch. I would certainly take it step by step, and you know, because that's a whole other ball of wax.
Absolutely, and it's only going to ramp up as we get closer to November 8th. So thank you. Great information. Guys, if you've got questions, you can certainly chat with Diane Gottsman. She's our etiquette expert with the Protocol School of Texas here in San Antonio. DianeGottsman.com, and you can also find her on Facebook, Protocol School of Texas.